What's up? What's up? This is Lindsay Enita, the Love Warrior, founder of the Love Warrior Lifestyle. And I wanted to, I'm doing this new thing, right? I'm trying to actually document what I'm doing with God because I know that some of you don't know what it looks like to like live on full faith with God. And I have a couple of videos living like the birds, which means in freedom and full trust, freedom and full trust of who God is and what he has called you to be and do. And so I wanted to share with you, like, a lot of people a lot of people ask me, Lindsay, like, what is it that you do? Number one, I'm a soul care provider. I've been a life coach for, oh my gosh, like 10 plus years. And oh my god, 13 plus years. Yee. And I help people navigate not just their soul, their mind, will, and emotions, and to bring healing, but also to lead them into the freedom of their identity and assignment in Christ. And so I just have, I'm grateful to be able to do this with people. But one of the things in addition to, or as a part of what I get to do, is actually do life integrations with people. And life integrations look like me going to a person's house because really because God put it on their heart or put it on my heart to contact them, or they've seen me somewhere and we go through an a process of interviews, what have you, to know if this is something that God has sent me to do. I liken it, and what some of my clients have likened it to is like a Mary Poppins or a Nanny McPhee. And it's really cool. Like, it's really cool because I do get to go to some cool places. I do get to travel a lot. And as I do this, I have so many aha moments and breakthroughs. I have lots of thoughts that are happening. And hey, Teresa Horn, thank you for joining me. Please share this out with people on your Facebook or where have you, or your friends. But one of the things that happens as a result of me coming in and being like that Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins, came in, they needed a new nanny, but the family couldn't agree. The winds blew in and Mary Poppins came and she started straightening up everything in all of the relationships, right? And it's actually, that was one of my favorite movies as a kid. Like, my mom, I was just telling my mom this yesterday, and she said, you used to sing that song, that supercalifragilistic. I was like, yeah, Espialidocious. She said, you used to sing that as a little kid, like all the time, because it's one of my all-time favorite movies. Who knew? Only but God knew that I would be a Mary Poppins in people's lives. And so I love it. But so one of the new things that I get to do, or this newest adventure, God adventure that I'm having, is to Japan. Now, well, Lindsay, how did you get that? Like, how did you and the Lord come up with that? I actually have friends in Japan, and she and I were just kind of on Messenger or something talking, and she was like, nobody has come to visit me in the year and a half that we've been here. I was like, hey, don't play, I will come there. And she's like, come on, come on, right? So, and I will. Like, I love to travel, I love to see friends and family. I'm such a relationship person. And so I went to God and was like, is this something that I can do? Like, or maybe I'm tripping, right? So I kind of just left it. I left it for a while, and then she kind of came back and said something, and I was like, maybe I am supposed to be there. So I asked again. Now, you might say, well, Lindsay, how in the world did you ask the Lord? Well, because the Lord talks to you and he talks to me. Sometimes people just can't hear it though. They're not aware that it's God. They'll be like, oh, something told me. That something is Holy Spirit and he talks to us. If you aren't sure that he talks to you, I have a thing. You can go to soulcareessentials.com. It helps you understand about the connection between your head, heart, and hands, God, self, and others, and then an audio. All of these are audios with hearing God. right? Because you do hear God, and he wants you to hear him, because he's got plenty for you, not just for people who, you know, are in high places and what have you. And so when I was talking with him, he was like, yeah, let's go to Japan. Let's do what now? We going to Japan? Like, that's what we doing? Yeah. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Uh, whew. And so then I was like, well, God, like, yeah, when and what am I doing in Japan? Because to be truthful, like, I was in Brazil in January. This is 2023 that I'm recording this. January of 2023, the first 17 days. I was in Dallas working with a client. I was in Miami for 11 weeks working with a client. I actually just got back to my hometown of Memphis, and I'm leaving on Tuesday. So there's that. And I was like, yo, why am I going to Japan? Um, and I didn't realize that it was a full assignment, an assignment. Like, what I get to do is go and be with the people. So it's not like, uh, I'm not going there to look at all the sites. Like, I'm not going there trying to get on the latest, you know, ramen tourist thing. I'm really not. My joy is actually doing this thing with God and just going to see the people. Now, do they have issues and all that? I don't know. I didn't even ask that. I just know they said to be there. Could you do that? Would you do that? Right? If God said, I want you to show up here, I want you to say this. I want you to help these people. Would you show up? Would you fly to the other side of the world simply because God said to do so? Not everybody would do that, to be honest with you. Like, real talk. Most people would not. They, oh, well, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got this, da, 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 da. And I get that. Trust me, I get that. I was a stay-at-home mom for like 20 years. Lord. And I wanted to go out and do more. I wanted to go out and be more, but I did not know. And I tried to, but what happened is that my season was for me to stay at home and to plant and to help my children and help grow them into the amazing people that they are now. Um, and I'm not just saying that because they're my kids. They are pretty amazing. Um, and so ultimately, I grew my faith by extending what I call breadcrumbs of trust to God, right? I was once married, and I was married for like 17 years. He decided to do something different, so I had to decide to do something different. And there was a journey with that, which we'll probably talk about, or you can read about it in my book, Lessons Learned from a Side Chick. You can get that at Amazon or Barnes and Noble. And I wrote about that. And during that time, I began to learn how to trust God. And just like with anybody else, right? Any human person that you meet, you don't all of a sudden, go and just blah, just spill all your guts and all of your stuff and all that. Like, you don't do that. Or at least I don't do that. I'm pretty transparent and open, and pretty vulnerable compared to most. And even I don't do that. Like, you have to have wisdom as to who you can share with and who you can't. And so I really kind of approached God the same way, to be honest with you. Like, it wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm gonna jump on this. Hey Z, I'm gonna jump on here and I'm just gonna go out and fly around the world and do this. No, 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 no. That was not my portion. I had to learn trust. Trust was something that he and I built by way of relationship. That's why it's so important. And so now, though, after years of doing that, I get to teach people how to do that. And then I also get to go out and do this life with people. And as I do it, as I go out, I don't know what the assignment is aside from being there. I don't know who I'm going there for, right? Again, I'm not like, the Lord said that I need to come and stay with you. No. What I'm saying is that God has put it on my heart to be in Japan for this time, because there is somebody there that I need to connect with. that I need to pour into, that I need to be love in the place, because that's part of my assignment. That's part of my identity as a love warrior and as his daughter. And really at our own. Hey, Miss Kanika. Is that to show up and be love in the place. That I can show up and be his love in the place. Like that's my life. That's my identity. I'm extremely excited about it. And as I go through these things, I'm just open to his leading because I trust him. I trust him. I trust that he knows, number one, he knows me, and he's never, and I mean never, left or forsaken me. Like, I don't have that issue, because I had to get over that. But even like going into places and going like, we gonna get one-way tickets to Brazil, which is what I did. And I was like, how am I gonna get home? And he's like, I got you. Oh, okay. And so now I'm getting ready for this trip to Japan, right? I leave on, it's a Sunday. I leave on Tuesday. And something that I am loving more and more is the adventure and the discovery parts of these trips. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I really like adventure and I love discovery. If you ever meet me in person or get on a call with me or anything like that, I ask a lot of questions. I ask lots of questions, because like I truly enjoy getting to know people. I do. And God has blessed me to be able to do that pretty easily. Like, I'm not really a introvert. I know it probably feels that way. I'm just playing. I'm not an introvert, and he has blessed me to allow people to hear you say, okay, yeah, I do. I get excited about going on these trips, and I don't always know what to do. I don't know why I'm going or anything like that, but that's what I'm saying. Like, God knows me, and he knows that I love adventure and discovery. Like, even the shows that I watch are about discovery and figuring things out and all of that, because that's how my mind works, how my heart works. And so when I get to say, okay, well, I'm going to Japan, well, what are you going for? I don't know. I just know I'm supposed to be there. And I trust him enough to say, okay, I don't know why I'm going. I know I'm supposed to be there, and I know that he knows me. And that part, oh my gosh, that part is huge, because when you know that God knows you, you understand that what he does with you in partnership, that is something that's going to what I want to say, that's going to, yeah, faith is one of my superpowers. It's no lie. Like, the gift of faith, God had to share that was something that I had. I didn't know that. You know, people talk about faith and all that stuff, and then I was reading through the thing, and it was talking about the gift of faith, and I was like, don't everybody got that? He's like, nah, you want something different. I was like, oh, okay. So I get that. That's why I say not everybody would go and do this. But when I go, I know full well that I'll have the opportunity to discover new things about myself, new things about God, new things about people. And what happens is, I was speaking to a friend today, and I said the discovery and journey for me, the satisfaction is always about the people and what happens as a result of me showing up and partnering with God in the space. Because the people are healed. The people, stuff is broken off of them. Their perspective of God and themselves is so much better when I leave. And again, it ain't me. It's just God in me. Trust and believe it's not me. I got so many flaws and different things that I deal with, got my own stuff. What I'm saying is that my partnership with him, my yes, my willingness to go, I trust you, let's go, right? I trust you, let's go. This is just something that I feel God is saying, I want, and I'm calling more people to a life like this. Not necessarily going all over the world, but having God adventures with him in the middle of their lives that might seem mundane or just very routine, and, you know, blah, 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 I'm a stay-at-home mom, or I'm a this, or I just work in corporate, or blah, blah. No, because wherever you are, he is too. Yay. Oh, that's good. I felt that one. Wherever you are, he is too. And therefore he wants the opportunity to partner with you wherever you are. Wherever you are. Work, school, church, home, the Y, the gym, the gym, the grocery store, the whatever, out on the street with people asking for money, like everywhere you go, God is, because he is in you and he's with you. And so there's there's always opportunity for you to partner with him or to give him a yes of, if he says, hey, give this person. Here's what happened to me last week. I was at the store. I mean, when I say I rarely have cash on me, I'm talking about rarely. And I felt led. I was about to I was checking out at Walmart. No, I didn't buy any clothes, Teresa. I was checking out in Walmart, and I pulled out, when it got to asking, do you want cash back? I was like, yeah, I felt like I need to get $20. So I got $20 out, and I was like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. And for my thinking, like, if I was to have thought that out, it would have been like, oh, well, I need some cash. Okay, I'll let you know, Z, how to support me on these adventures. One is to make sure to subscribe to this channel. That's number one. Number two is I do have a way for, if you would like to financially support these journeys, then I can get you that as well. Maybe I can put it in the comments. But I really I really didn't know why I was taking out that $20, and I put it in my purse. I'm sitting in the car. My son was with me, and as we're sitting there, this lady comes up with her baby. Right now, I know that people are like, oh Lord, somebody coming up begging and this, da, 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 da. Yeah, do I know what people do with the money that we give them? No, I don't. But that's not my bother. That's not my concern. My concern and my responsibility is obedience to God. And so when I took that $20 out, I remember going out of the store and I said, why did I take that $20 out? I'm telling you, I sat down in that car. Next thing I know, she was talking to me, and she had her baby in there. The baby's name was Makai, and she was like, and I have her name too, but I ain't gonna tell you. So her baby's name was Makai, and she was like, I'm just trying to I need $20 to get to get to 60 in order to get this room for me and Makai. Okay. And so now, could I have been skeptical? Could I have been like, what you gonna do with this money? Are you really doing it? Do I need to go buy it? But because the Lord said, don't do that. Just give her the money. That's why I had you take it out. And I was like, oh, okay. 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 So I gave her the money, right? And I said, yes, I do have $20. I gave it to her, and I said, do you mind if I pray for you? And I was just able to pray for you. And she was like, God bless you so much. She was like, what's your name? And I was, it's Lindsay. She said, you know what? Thank you so much. She said, I really needed that prayer. I really needed that prayer. Now, could I have assumed and done all that? I could, but why? Why would I do that? Hold on, I gotta turn on. I'm out in the car. And I'm gonna need you to let me know if you can hear me. Because my phone is trying to die now. But I want you to understand that faith it's a muscle. It's a muscle that if we don't exercise it, that it will atrophy. Can't. Okay, hold on. Oh, you can? Okay, good. Thank you. Let me know if I go out, because sometimes cars get funny. Yeah, so faith is a muscle that you have to exercise if you want to have to grow your faith. And that's because we all come here with the ability, with the makings to have faith. All right, am I back? Am I back? I told you the car get to acting stupid. Let me know if you can hear me now. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so ultimately, you know, me talking about this faith sounds good. It sounds good because I'm exercising and you see me doing it. But what you didn't see is the years that I was like, bruh, what is we doing? Not what are, because that's too formal. What is we doing? I don't know why are we doing this? Why am I in this place? How am I going to afford this or that? Like, that's not easy. That's not easy when you don't know all the pieces. It's not easy, but it's a muscle that I have strengthened because more and more times I have less pieces. I have less pieces. I just know that he's saying, hey, I'm inviting you to come here, or I'm inviting you to do this. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so then when he does it, or I get the invitation, hold on, I'm trying to, cool. Yeah, so when I get, she said, yeah, sound good for sound good to, because it's me. But the thing is that either you're going to trust him or you're not. Like, going to either obey or you're not. Partial, this thing is crazy. All right. Partial disobedience or partial obedience is still, am I back now? Yeah, I know it was trying to do the thing. Let me know if I'm back now. Can you hear me now? All right, awesome. What I was saying is partial obedience is still disobedience. Just like partial faith, listen, we either gonna do it or we not. And here's the thing, I highly encourage people to, you don't have to like, oh God, I just surrender everything, because that's gonna be a lie. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's gonna be a lie, because we'll be like, yes, I surrender everything, but then we're gonna go take it back the moment that it doesn't look like what we think it should look like. And how do I know? Because I've been there, done that. What? There are still times that stuff comes up and I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah, it's like, are you sure that's what I'm supposed to do? I don't know. No, that don't look right. That don't feel right. You know what I mean? Like, we got all the excuses. And you have to make a decision. It's a decision in order to say, okay, I'm going to give you a breadcrumb. What you go, here, there you go. Take this breadcrumb. And here's the thing. We might think, well, that's so little or so beneath God. What? One of the things about God that's so cool, he is not afraid to prove himself. We some of the only people that don't want to prove ourselves to people. Like, we get offended when we want somebody to, be like, well, you're going to have to show me the confusion. Yeah. Oh, girl, that's good. Let confusion talk us out of the confirmation. Absolutely. And so what ends up happening is that when we go, well, I don't know, and this out, and or people want us to prove ourselves, then we getting upset because we have to prove ourselves. But God does not mind proving who he is. In Malachi, he said, hey, test me, try me. He was talking about money, right? He was talking about with the tithe. He was like, try me out. I promise you, I won't let you down. But the thing is that we can do that with him in any area. He knows who he is and he knows who you are. So he has no problem answering questions or proving who he is, because he wants relationship with us that badly. Because we were created to have relationship with him. And so these walks, these God adventures that I get to go on are not results of me being perfect or me just being all up in God's face all the time, but we hang out and we talk and all the things. But it's not because of that. It's because, number one, I was created to do this particular type of thing and other things. But it's because I exercise the faith that I have. The Bible says that every person has a measure of faith. A measure. Whether your measure is like this big or big as the sun. It's a measure of faith. Then that's what we're supposed to operate in. But if we refuse to even operate in our measure of faith, I'm like, what? Like, what do you want him to do? If he's inviting you to something and you be like, I'm good. Okay. But then we get mad when things aren't moving and he's like, no, I'm inviting you to partner with me on this. Well, I don't want that. But if you bless me here, it's like, that's interesting too, because I'm pretty sure that what I got for you is more than what you think it is. And then God's like, and then we're like, I don't know, because what I got is pretty good. There's always that conversation. Always, because we don't know what the unknown holds. But you know who holds the unknown. Anything that is unknown to you is not unknown to God. Because he already knows every day of everybody's lives, of all of eternity. It's already, like, that's old stuff to him. He's like, just come with me. I got you. I got you. Right? I had to start doing that. Well, actually, I've been doing this. I've been faith walking with God and moving with God in this way for 10 years now, actually. I didn't deem it as that at the time, because I was just like, God, wherever you tell me to be, I'll be. And I was in the middle. We weren't even divorced yet. We were separated, but he moved with the Air Force, and I was still at the location that we had moved to originally. And I thought I was going to be there. Like, it was a great setup. My kids were small, but it's still in the school, great neighborhood school, great church, like great friends, all the things that you would want, especially in the middle of such turmoil in my life and family. And yeah, he wasn't gone 6 months, and the Lord was like, so how about we move to Charlotte? And I was like, I ain't never been to Charlotte like that. What are you talking about? I don't even know anybody in Charlotte. He was like, yes, you do. You know Tasha. Oh, God. I don't want to move to Charlotte, though. This is my house. I love it. I didn't want to do that. He was like, yeah, but I got something for you there. What is it, though? Can you tell me what it is before I get there? No, I can't. Oh, teeny. I didn't want to go, y'all. I didn't want to go. But what made me go? God had never been unfaithful to me when so many people have been. He had never been unfaithful to me. He never let me down. He never betrayed me. He never disappointed me. And I was like, you know what? I believe. You remember that, Sherry? Right. I was like, I believe you, God, and I'm moving. And when I tell you, the people at my church, my pastor told me, he said, you know, I just don't think that this is the time for you to go. And, you know, you got this and da-da-da, and you're not working and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I know that. But God said to go. I hear him, and I know it's him. And I'm going to go. Well, I just don't want you to miss God. I said, how you miss somebody who's everywhere all the time? How does that work? If God is everywhere all the time, how in the world am I going to miss him? And I was like, I'm out. 6 weeks later, I lived, me, my 3 kids, my 2 dogs, and everything I owned, lived in Charlotte, North Carolina. And it was one of those, yeah, no, I wasn't working. I was a stay-at-home mom. And even when I moved to Charlotte, I really wasn't working. Like, let me tell you right now, the things that I get to do are not because my bank account, you know, the zeros are just rolling, you know, 000, comma, 000, comma. That's not how it looks. And every time I get to wanting to freak out about the thing, and the Lord said, I ain't broke. I'm like, well, I mean, but like, don't I need some sis? And then he's like, what do you think you need? And I would tell him, the next thing I know, it's done. somebody would have sown a seed, somebody would have blessed me with, you know, transportation and travel to get where I need to go, all the things. People have blessed me with clothes, and it's not because I'm asking, because I'm not telling nobody. It's not like you want to be like, yeah, man, I ain't got that, you know. Like, you ain't, I don't know about y'all, but I don't go around talking about that. But God will put it on people's hearts, and this is why I put this series is Living Like the Birds, because if you think about it, birds do not, and I'm gonna get off here soon, y'all, because my phone is gonna die, and I apologize, but I'll do this again once I, you know, am heading to Japan, and I'm just gonna take y'all with me if you don't mind. And when this stuff comes to hit me and God says it's time, I will jump on here live, and I'll try to let you know, but make sure to put your notifications on and subscribe to the channel. Make sure also, if you know somebody needs to hear this, that you share this with them, because I know it's not just for me, right? But as I was, you know, deciding to do this and go forward, I was like, God, like, why am I doing this, and why are you saying living like the birds? And he said, thank you, Holy Spirit. And he said, this is how I want you to live. Like, I used to look at the birds outside of my window, actually at the house that I'm in right now, and watch the birds. And my favorite bird is a cardinal. Listen, if a cardinal jumped out right now, I would stop talking to y'all, because that's God's, that's like a love language that he has with me, because he knows that I love them. So he will bring them toward me, for me to see and just have pure joy. And as I started, he was like, I want you to live like the birds. This was last year sometime. And I was like, I don't even know what that means. What is that? Live like the birds. And it basically, he was inviting me to live in such a freedom. See, birds they're not strapped down to a location. They don't carry, like, they don't have storage. They don't, yeah, of course, I will post stuff from previous adventures. I'm deciding to do this live because it's easier for me to do this rather than trying to produce all the things and put the stuff together. That I don't really have the time or space or the inclination to do all of that. So I will put what I have together, and I'll go back, and I'll also talk about this journey, because I'm kind of doing it forwards and backwards, as you can tell in this story. And so ultimately, you know, he was like, birds don't carry a lot of baggage. They get up expecting that there will be worms and bugs and bird seed and whatever else that they need to eat, and whatever they need to have for the day, it is there. It's there. They don't get like, oh Lord, baby bird, what we gonna eat? Oh God, what? Oh Lord, I don't know if it's gonna be some worms out there. I just don't know if it's gonna be some worms out there. Is it worms out there today, y'all? Is it some grubs or something? They ain't worried. If you watch birds, they get up, they fly, they start scratching up some stuff. They're like, oh, look at that. And then they go and they get some, oh, look at that. I've watched them scratch up worms. And I was like, God, you bring the worms early in the morning to the top of the soil because it's cool. And then the birds can eat. Don't think that ain't no worms. There's plenty of worms down there. But some of them are for the birds so that they can have nutrients and they can eat and their babies can eat. And what happens if the wind blows away their nest, or storms come and somebody takes down the nest? Guess what? The Lord provides the twigs and the paper and everything else in order for them to rebuild somewhere else. So they never are tripping. They don't do like us. They don't do like us. They completely trust God. And dig this. This one really blew my mind, and I didn't get this until after, like, I really was like, okay, God, are we out here like these birds? And I was talking to him about provision, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, how am I gonna do this? And you know, this and this. Oh yeah, I made you look at birds lately. I'm telling you, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. And so as I was talking to him about that, you know, about me not like working a traditional 9-to-5 and coaching and that kind of stuff, and he was like, yo, listen, you do know that I put it on the hearts of people to have bird feeders. It's bird seed in Home Depot and Lowe's and pet stores all over the world, because they want to feed the birds. Who do you think puts that on the hearts of those people so that those birds have food? Ta-da! How many people have you seen take bags of stale bread and all of those things and take it to the pond, to the park, to the beach, and throw out breadcrumbs for the birds? Throw out seed for the birds. Throw out whatever for the birds. Go. Me and my kids, when they were little, the boys, oh gosh, that is so funny. When Zachary was, I had just had him, so he wasn't even 2 weeks old. But I was stir crazy in that house. I was like, I got to get out of here. Now, should I have been walking around? No, I should not. Okay, so I know that because I had a C-section too. But I was just stubborn. I was like, I got to get to the park because the geese had just had the babies. It was just so beautiful when they gather their little babies around. Listen, they don't even care if the car is coming. They like, we gonna walk across this street and you gonna stop. The boldness that they have is amazing. It's amazing. And so I was like, yo, this is what's up. But when I got there, this now 19 years ago, because Zachary just turned 19. Matter of fact, it could have been this 19 years ago this week. I got out there and what I was like, here, bring the bread so we could feed the birds, so we could feed the ducks and the geese, so the babies can have some food. Because it was on my heart to do. And I needed to just get out there with them. I needed some space. I needed to be in nature. I needed to see the birds. And here I am being invited to live like the birds. Listen, God does amazing things. And he wants to do amazing things in and through you if you will allow him. Will it look like mine? It might not. Because you ain't me. And I'm not you. But you have invitations. At the very least, it's an invitation to know him better. But once you get to that and go, yeah, I want to know you better. And I want to go on adventures. How Lindsay get to do that? Dude, I got adventures for you. He's glad to give them to you. I'm telling you, though, it takes that. You got to start giving out breadcrumbs of trust to God and watch him do so many amazing things. Thank God your adventures ain't like mine. You don't know. These mugs, I have so much fun. It's never about the tourist stuff. I hardly ever go to anything. I'm just there with the people. It's never about the location. It's always about the people. And God created me to get joy out of seeing people thrive and grow and live in the beauty and peace and safety of his love. It's amazing. It's amazing. And so if you guys have any questions, any other questions, I'm going to jump off here soon, but I'll answer other questions that you have. My plan is to try to do this once a week. I actually might try to do this on Sunday till football season, because then I watch football and I don't want to let y'all down. Oh gosh. Okay, well, I don't see any questions coming through. I pray that this has been encouraging to you. I pray that you will embark upon trusting God, just giving him that breadcrumb and beginning. I leave Tuesday. I'll fly from here to Dallas and then Dallas to Tokyo. Tuesday, yeah. I pray that you begin your own God adventures. Like this life that we're on is an adventure with God once we understand that he's inviting us to it. So, all right. I love y'all. Peace out. Have an amazing day off tomorrow if you have a day off. And also, like, just let's stay connected. Make sure that you're following me. I'm on IG, Lindsay Anita. I'm on TikTok, but I do a TikTok, Facebook, IG, Lindsay Anita. Oh, TikTok is actually I am Lindsay Anita, because my daughter hijacked mine, so then I had to start a new one. Pray for me. Anyway, if there is some prayer requests that you have, make sure to put them in the comments or what have you, and then I will definitely do that. And pray for me as I go out here and just be the love warrior that God created me to be and affect change in the earth. All right, love you much. Talk to you soon. Bye.